Hello and welcome to FM21. I'm MVPete, and this is our 2030 save. And we've just left Juventus. 3 years of pretty good success, I would say. A Champions League win and a Champions League final defeat in there. 3 league titles, a couple of cups thrown in. So yeah, I think we achieved our main objective, which was to make Juventus competitive again. Wake the sleeping giant that they were. Basically, I'm going to try and not show you the club that we're taking forward in this save just yet. I'm going to go through the process of how we came to our conclusion and anything interesting that's happened in the meantime, and then we'll have a look at the club in question and see what goals we're going to set ourselves, what objectives, what's going to be, what are we going to be competing for? Like, what are our opposition like? What success have we had previously? It's exciting. So, first of all, I looked at the Premier League. Now, the Premier League last season will give us a decent idea of how this has gone. Why can't I see how last year went? There we go. Okay. So, Premier League, City finished top, 86 points. Chelsea just behind on 84. United some way off the pace is 75. Liverpool 70. And then so on and so forth. Now, in the job centre, obviously, I had a look around. And one of the clubs that did interest me was Tottenham Hotspur. Now, they finished second, not last season, but the season before. So a huge, leap for them. And then they crashed down to 8th place this year. They haven't got bad players. I mean, we faced them in the Champions League with Juventus, and they proved tough. They have got Sebastian Esposito, who's clearly a very good player. He's currently asking to leave so he can go play in the Champions League. So, good to keep an eye on that. But yeah, they've got a pretty decent squad. And they've consistently, as Tottenham do, underperform. I was very tempted by this prospect. But I don't feel like now's the time to go to the Premier League for me. And if it would be, I don't think I'd pick Tottenham. Especially not a Tottenham side that finished 8th. And look a bit lost, as usual, I guess. The only other club that were actively looking for a manager, I believe, were Norwich. I could be wrong. Either way, I think the Premier League isn't quite ready for me yet. I'm not going to shake things up that drastically. And I don't want to take on the Premier League challenge quite yet with the old money bags. But I mean, I think maybe after the next club, we will go to the Premier League, as it will probably be our final club. I think just the way it's heading, if we do 3 clubs, 3 years at each club, possibly ending in the Premier League. I mean, that's just what's in my head right now. That is definitely subject to change, but we'll see. So yeah, I kind of vetoed the Premier League quite quickly as I just looked at Tottenham and I thought, okay, they're okay. They've got some good players and whatnot, but I mean, it would have been fun to hook up with Serge Traore again. He probably just asked to leave again, but anyway, decided against it. So bye to Tottenham Hotspur and the Premier League. So we'll just skip back to there we go. So and then I looked at the La Liga, Spanish league, second most reputable competition going. I mean, the past winners have been Barcelona and Real Madrid, with a couple early on for Atletico. But ever since then, I mean, it's been 10 years of dominance by the Barcelona and Real Madrid sides, and this year was no exception. 88 points for Real Madrid, Barca on 77, and Atletico matching them on that. Valencia just behind them. So the club I was considering was Atletico Madrid. And there's one big reason I didn't take it, and that's because Pep Guardiola's there. And I think it's good that he's at a club that aren't doing that well. It makes me feel good, because I'm a United fan and I don't like Pep Guardiola. So that was part of it. I quite like the squad that they've got. I mean, look at the top 5 players. 23, 25, 24, 24, 21. Some of these are pretty good players and all pretty young. I mean, their whole squad was a 30-year-old there, a 27-year-old, and another one. 31 there. They've got a really young squad on the face of it, and they've definitely got some good players. I've been looking at Alexander Popov for some time. I mean, the fact he's only 5'4", I think adds to his charm. But, you know, I was considering taking on, Real Madrid and Barcelona with Atletico Madrid, but at the end of the day, I have done a Villarreal series and played in La Liga a lot this year, so that was the other thing that kind of put me off. Let's go have a look at the French league, so the Uber Eats league. And as you can see, PSG have won every season apart from one, which Lyon won. And they were not good last year. Let me tell you that for free. So yeah, Lyon down in 5th. Monaco pushed them quite far, to be fair. 88 points, and PSG ended up on 95. The Monaco position wasn't available. And I didn't really fancy the French league. I don't know. Seemed like a small squad. I'm not sure what budget I'd get to work with. I don't know. I think I've got something against the French league. Unless I'm going to be at a club for like 5 or 6 seasons where I can really grind it out and take on the money bags that is PSG. I don't think I want to go there. I don't know. I hate this one club dominance. I really do. But PSG are just so much richer than the rest of the clubs. It's just unfair. I mean, it's so true in real life. They've just signed Messi. Like, I think I just don't dislike PSG on principle, and the fact I would get beat by them every season is depressing. So that's the French league out of the question anyway. So we'll move on from that. Portuguese league. We've had the dominance of Porto and Benfica for some time. Sporting came close this time. And I did seriously consider Sporting. I really did. They haven't got the money that the other two do, but they have got enough to be getting on with. I love the fact that it's quite a diverse squad. Lots of different nationalities. 2 Irish lads in there as well. 3 Irish lads in there, sorry. So it's an interesting makeup, and maybe their time is coming in Portugal, but yet again, Porto and Benfica have so much money. I mean, I've personally given Benfica a fortune in transfer budget from my days at Juventus. Scott Heron is currently wanted by Southampton. That's interesting. And Christian Gayoso is currently wanted by Leeds, Southampton, and Tottenham. So maybe we'll see him in the Premier League. Who knows? But yeah, I think I decided against that. I mean, Porto as well. We bought Douglas from them. Yeah, and he's a pretty good player as it turns out. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't feel like Portugal was for me. Yeah, again, if I was doing Portugal, I think I'd take someone like Gumieras or someone a bit further down. Rio Ave would be awesome to make Rio Ave good in Portugal, but no, not this time. Obviously, there was always the option to manage another club in Italy, but I feel like that Juventus side is so good that I just hate it. It would take me years to get to that level. And I want to leave that Juventus side intact as much as possible. So, yeah, that was out of the question. And then you get to the likes of the Eredivisie in Holland. I'm planning on doing a PSV save possibly at the beginning of the next Football Manager. So I'm kind of swerving that, despite the fact that Ajax have been utterly dominant in the Eredivisie since the save started. Then again, there is a club called Sparta and Sparta Rotterdam, and that would have been cool. But I don't think the money is really in Dutch football. that I'd like to spend. So cut that one out. And then that leaves us the Bundesliga. Now, Bundesliga. This is how it ended last season. For the first time since the save started, Hertha Berlin won the league. And more importantly, for the first time since start save, Bayern lost the league. So they've got a lot to prove this season. And obviously Hertha want to retain that title. And we played them in the Champions League. And yet again, they're no mugs. They're a good side. Bundesliga currently third in the European competition rankings. So I thought this was quite interesting. And I don't know if anybody remembers at the beginning of this whole 2030 save, when I was looking at clubs to manage, I did look at the Bundesliga and I was severely tempted. And yeah, and we've gone for it, basically. We're going to go and manage Borussia Dortmund this year. The next 3 years, probably. We'll get into the club in a minute, but I'm seriously excited about this. Taking on Hertha Berlin and Bayern Munich, who are wounded at the moment. There's quite a mixture of players. Some fairly older ones. It's definitely an aging squad if you look at the top 10 players. But there are some interesting ones. I mean, obviously, we as Juventus, we bought Gilson Silva from the 75 million quid. So hopefully that money will be around to play with. And yeah, I think it's time to do Germany. I think it's time to try and get Borussia Dortmund back to the pinnacle of European football, where they deserve to be, because they've just been the nearly men for so long. Look at this. So we came in here. They've been second pretty much every season, apart from where they've finished. Their worst finish is fourth, and their best is second. They can never make it. They can never make it. So I think this is a good time to step in and really try and push for this Germany title. I think that's our main objective, is to win the league. Obviously we'll end up in the Champions League as well, but I think we'll struggle at the beginning for sure. Yeah. Just before we before we step into the hot seat that is Borussia Dortmund, Juventus have made some sales already, and I think it's been like 2 weeks since I retired as Juventus manager. And I'm actually gutted about both of them. One of them I'm not surprised at. I'll be honest, I saw it coming. But the other one I'm really upset about. So, and no, they're not Juventus in this game, are they? They're Zebra. Okay. Okay. You ready to see what they've done? As soon as I walked out the door. Are you ready for this? They've sold 2 players. So, this isn't right. I saw another player leave. Anyway, top of the list, as you can see here, Cassio Neto has gone to Man United. And I mean, they were circling for a long time. Them and Chelsea have been interested in Cassio Neto forever. And he gets the number 10 shirt, and you know what? He joins a Man United side, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And I'm not mad about it, because it's a nice, healthy transfer, value to Juventus. They make some decent money off of that, because they only paid like £12 million or something. Yeah, 13 million quid. So that's a healthy profit, and he has played incredibly well for them there. And he'll do so well at United. And that makes United even better, which I'm really scared about. But I'm a little sad that he's left. And yeah, that is sad. I don't understand why it's not in this list, because I know it's happened. So Julian Roux has agreed to leave for Real Madrid. 79 million plus transfer, and he's off to the Spanish capital. Julian Roux, mate, I brought you in to Juventus so that you would be there for decades. And as soon as I leave, you're like, I'm going to go to Real Madrid. Done with this. So, I mean, yet again, a healthy profit for Juventus. And he did play very well, especially in that last season. But I'm really gutted. Because Julian Roux, I thought, would be a Juventus man in and out. But nope. He's off to the Spanish capital to play for Real Madrid in the legendary white kit. Maybe we'll bump into him in the Champions League at some point. I severely hope not, because he's a really good player. But yeah, that's made me sad. That I think he could have done another year or two at Juventus, but clearly I was the glue holding everyone together. I don't believe anything else has happened. Yuri Serio is still transfer listed. Well, no, he's not. He's asking to relieve. Munoz is wanted. Maggi is wanted. Pulisic is listed now. Yeah. But nothing else has happened quite yet, but I'm really cut up about Julian Roux. I don't think the transfer, the actual... I'm interested to see what the plus is, because that could make a big difference. But I know 79 million off the bat is a lot of money. So, but I think unless that plus equals another 20-odd million, I don't think it was worth selling him. I really don't. I don't think Marco Sousa is ready to head up the centre of that midfield. So, not on his own anyway. Not on his own. Have they been playing him as a striker? Sorry, wait, what? What? What is this? Delazzi. Okay. Okay. And then the back three of Delict, Lette, and Ostergaard. This is interesting. Who's Carraro? Carraro? Oh, he doesn't exist. Weird. Okay. Sure. Play Sousa up top with Gnonto, because Gnonto clearly needed a strike partner. Right, I need to stop looking at Juventus now, and we've got our own thing to do. So let's go to our contract, and we'll start negotiations. So, you want us to play attacking football, entertaining football, sign players under the age of 23 for first team. Do not sign players over the age of 30. I think that's fair. Work within the wage budget, and a minimum 4-year contracts for first team players. At the end of the current season, they want us to reach the first knockout round of the Champions League, qualify for the Champions League in the league, and reach the semi-final of the German Cup. I'm going to see if I can squeeze out some extra money here, because it doesn't hurt to suggest. I mean, they never take it. Oh, I got an extra grand a week. Lucky me. So we'll accept that, end the talks, and start our journey as Dortmund manager. Okay, so Borussia Dortmund have today confirmed the appointment of MVP as the club's new manager. I'm not sure why eyebrows have been raised, because I've spent time away from football. I mean, I've been out of work 2 weeks. Back off. So Sergio Gomez was considered to be the favourite, but following his public denial of any interest, the club were forced to move in another direction. Wow, so I wasn't even the first choice. Yeah, that's cool. Cheers, guys. I have brought some backroom staff, and most notably, Iago Aspas has come as our assistant manager. Sorry, Assman for short. So, yeah, I'm excited to bring him, and I brought some of the other coaches, Alessandro Di Intino. It was so hard for me to say for some reason. But yeah, sure. We only sent away one of the other, I think it was the director of football, whoever it was. But yeah, MVP, a 3-time winner of the Serie A with Juventus, brings a wealth of experience with him. MVP has earned himself a reputation for signing young players under the age of 23. Appears to be a great fit for the club's current vision at the Signal Iduna Park. Sounds good to me. And who doesn't love the Dortmund kit, by the way? They always look cool. Okay. Don't think we need to look at the history of Dortmund. We know that it hasn't really changed in the years that the game's been running, so nothing different. But yeah, Iago Aspas follows us to Dortmund, and he will make a great assistant manager again, I believe. So happy to bring him along. Director of football is Michael Zork, who's actually a pretty cool dude. Yeah, I'd take that. That's fine. Okay, so the upcoming season, we finished third last season. We enter at the first round at the German Cup and the group stage in the Champions League. So that's cool. This is apparently our current best 11. Lambert's doesn't have a number, so I'm assuming he's just joined. Oh no, he's a youth player. Okay, that's terrifying. That's not good. I mean, he's got some good potential, but that shouldn't be there. So we'll have a better look at the team in general, but just as a quick kind of glance around, we've got a 4-star goalkeeper in Reinaldo Daluz, Brazilian. German. Brazilian goalkeeper. He's on 350 grand a week. Ooh. We didn't even get close to a 4-star goalkeeper. Uli Hein was a 2.5-star player, so I'm hoping he's much better. He's 6'5", big boy. So glad he's around. Let's look at left back Alvaro Fernandez. This cannot be the Alvaro Fernandez that is in real life. I really hope not. Anyway, but 3.5-star left back, so that's cool. Kandan, Mehmet Kandan at the centre of defence, German centre back, 3-star current, 4.5-star potential. We like to see that. 6'1" is a little short for our centre backs, but he's got 10 caps for German international side, so he can't be bad. He looks quite good. We've got Adam Gurin, who's a French centre back, valued at 55 million, 4.5-star current ability, so a pretty good centre back it seems. 15 caps for France, so that's pretty encouraging right there. Our centre back situation seems to be pretty all right. We've got Selim Atalay, Turkish right back, only 22 years old, 4-star current ability, so a good right back. Nice to have another one of them. We looked at Lambert, who is a youth player. A real player in his 30s now, the American Giovanni Reina. 4-star current ability. He's probably been at the club a while, I imagine. He is a team leader in the dressing room. Ishaya Cheukalam. Awesome. Obviously the most Dutch name you've ever heard. 3.5-star current ability midfielder at 27 years old, 54 caps for his country. Seems a decent player. Sure, we'll have a look at that. On the left, oh god. We're going to go with Volker. We'll call him Volker for short. 3-star current ability, 23-year-old German. He's got international caps. 20 flair is always nice, but this feels a bit weak for our best left winger option. He's got the number 7 shirt. Tomislav Vasilj. He's a 19-year-old Croatian right winger, 2.5-star current ability. Yet again, probably shouldn't be our best right winger. And then up top we have Hussein Bashbayuk, who is an Israeli international, 70 caps for his country and 31 goals. 27 years old, 3-star current ability. I don't see him improving. Finishing only a 10, which is a cause for concern. So definitely not the best first 11 I've seen. I think some players must be missing. They absolutely have to be. We've got Maximilian Rapp as a hot prospect, a 17-year-old Austrian. 2-star credibility, 5-star potential, and he looks like the real business actually. Nice stats, so hopefully we can improve him. That would be nice. Loan obligations, this guy goes out on loan. Okay, so an 18-year-old German striker who's got some good potential. And then transfer obligations, this guy's leaving, don't really care about that. And this guy's leaving, also don't care about that. Okay, so I'm hoping that we've got some better players at this club. We can only hope. We had a look at these already, so don't really need to look again. So finally, please do not hesitate to arrangements below. Once again, I'd like to welcome you to Borussia Dortmund. And everyone at the club hopes you're bringing along a successful era. Yeah, we'll get both. So, hired as the Dortmund manager. Good stuff. So, yeah. Nice, nice, nice. Good to see we're in Germany. So, there's a transfer negotiation going on at the moment. It's waiting on a work permit. They're looking at bringing in this guy. Oh. Leaving this guy. Right. Okay. He seems like an okay player. He's got 2 caps for Germany. I mean, it doesn't seem like a lot of money. What's the... Yeah, he's only got a year left on his contract. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we let this one go. I think that's fair. We'll leave that. Dortmund players in the last year of their contract will definitely offer Maurice Bautner a contract. He's got some potential. So we'll do that now. Sorry, regular starter? What? Is he serious? Oh, okay. Well, guess we're not giving him a new contract. Let's see if the... yeah. Yeah, whatever. I'm not too asked. And he can go away. So season expectations, we've had a look at them. Oh! Sorry, I've just had a heart attack. Because Dortmund have just dump trucked a pile of money on me. That does say £476 million, right? What? They've added 1,400,000 onto the wage budget. What? What's going on here? Why? Where's the finances? Who's laundering money? Oh, damn. I mean, I knew Dortmund were a savvy club, but look at this. They have been profitable for some time. I mean, I know that we gave them £75 million for Justin Silva, but damn. And they still only made 90% of the transfer revenue made to us. Can we change that? I mean, there's got to be. I don't see why they would. Oh my god, that is so much money. Oh, right, okay. Feeling good now. Feeling really good. Wow. Sorry, I need to recover from that. That was a pleasant shock. So, yeah, I had no idea we'd have that kind of budget. I've never seen anything like that. Ever. Let's try and not spend it all at once. No promises. Absolutely no promises. That is bonkers. We'll sort out our tactics in a minute. So this is just looking at takers for penalties and things. I think I'll just... Oh, no. I can't just apply them all here. So I'll have to do it off camera. But I think... Yeah. Nothing else seems to be going on at the moment. Let's have a look at the full squad. So... Oh, okay. I guess we're doing it like this. So if we can go off positions. Okay. So, yeah. We've got the Ronaldo de la Ruz. Deluz. I'm going to say De La Ruz because of De La Cruz from the Villarreal save. So, Reynaldo De La Cruz. I mean, Deluz. Damn it, every time. Yeah, he seems like an incredible goalkeeper. Really happy about this, actually. It's a position we don't have to think about. He's the Brazilian number 1, 31 caps currently. Backups. Backup. He seems okay. Apparently a better player than Yuli Hein, but then again, I don't know about the star ratings because I feel like the premium players that we had at Juventus skewed them. Right back, we've seen Salim Atale. He seems good. Happy about that. He's quite quick. Can cross, can pass. So that's cool for me. Mehmet, we've had a look at as well as a centre-back who can play right-back. That's kind of handy, but he's definitely more of a centre-back. Akraf Hakimi is a real-world player. I cannot believe he's still alive. He's at Inter Madrid. He's at Inter Milan in the real world right now, and he stayed there for 3 years and then came to Dortmund a long time ago, 10 years ago, actually. So he's played a lot, and he had an excellent season last time out. He's actually been playing very well recently, so that's pretty cool. Nice to have Akraf Hakimi. He's transfer listed. Why is he transfer listed? I mean, okay, he's not that good. He's got 132 caps for Morocco. Wow. Alvaro Fernandez. I'm not sure if he is a real player or not. Yeah, he must be. Real Madrid Youth Academy. Joined Man United. Got loaned out a load. Ended up at Sporting. Ended up at Real Madrid. And for a season, wasn't good enough there. And then Dortmund paid more money for him and have kept him around. It doesn't seem that good to me. It seems okay. Hopefully we can get more out of him. He's 30 years old though, so the left back situation needs a look at, definitely. Gurin, he seems like a very, very solid centre back. Captain material for sure. Very nice. Glad to have him around. Tackling only a 14, but we can hopefully work on that. He's being paid 300 grand a week. Woo! Another French player. Seems like left back cover here with Plavicus. I'm going to butcher so many names. Yeah, he seems okay. Oh. Press the right buttons, Pete. So, Clavicus joined a long time ago from Nantes. So, yeah, alright, fair enough. Jonathan Gomez, Uruguayan right back. Still young. He's got the traditional Uruguayan little goatee there going on. We'd love to see that. Could improve to 3.5 star. He seems okay. Just okay, but he could play wing back. That's always a handy thing to have. Philip Zorn is a German right winger. 20 dissemination, 4.5 star potential ability. He seems good. Yeah, happy to have him around. Yep, came through the academy. Maximilian Rapp, we've had a look at already. He's the Austrian 5-star potential protege. He might get some first team football this time around. Already looked at this guy. Considered that he's not really good enough to be our star striker with 10 finishing. He is very quick though. So, who knows. Alam, we've had a look at as well. Cheok Alam, he seems okay. Sacha Triest is a Belgian 25-year-old midfielder. Yet again, seems okay. This is it. Like, I don't know, this Dortmund side. Oh, he's the one that's leaving, right? They just seem fine. You know, there's not many players here that would blow me away. They've got some good youth players. Jude Bellingham's still here. Hilarious. He's not even 30 yet. As if Jude Bellingham's not even 30 yet. Only 10 caps for England. I guess it never really quite worked out for him in this save like it does in real life, or at least it does up until now in real life. But he seems like a good option. He's clearly been here a long time. Yeah, a really long time. So nice to have him around at least. Giovanni Rea, we've looked at. Frederica Mari is another attacking midfielder, Belgian, who is wanted by Bournemouth, Lyon, Bayer Leverkusen, and Mönchengladbach. He seems like a good option. 1 cap for Belgium. Tite we've looked at, I believe. The Brazilian, no, we haven't. Brazilian forward player or midfielder. 19 flair, good to see. Good passing with 17. Good dribbling. Good acceleration. He's got good stamina as well. Good vision. Seems like a decent player. I'd have him around. We've had a look at this guy, I believe. The German left winger, yeah. One we didn't think was that good. Mario Pandaro, Italian left midfielder. He's got some good potential on him, but he's not there yet. Herman Gielen, another Belgian attacking midfielder. Okay, seems to be inundated with these kind of players. 14 caps and 5 goals though, so he's definitely the most decorated one. He seems all right. Yeah, seems good. He's got more of a shot on him than the others, with 11 finishing. Herman, that was the guy we just looked at, and then Wisław Borowski, German attacking striker with abysmal finishing. He wants to leave to get better playing time. That might have to be the way it goes. And then this guy who's out on loan. Yeah, no, I mean, I think there's some good depth at the squad. Team report, squad depth. This is just as a 4-4-2, so I don't know. It just seems fine. I bet that this just seems like there's a lot of 3-star players who are. Nah. This team is crying out for some star players, and luckily we've got the transfer budget to do it. The only players who I'm actually very impressed with right now are the goalkeeper and Gurin at centre back. And to be fair, Atale at right back seems like a good option. He seems like a very good option at 22 years old as well, so happy to have him around. But the rest of them can sort of take it or leave it. I don't think Ray is that good. Not stats-wise, anyway. I mean, where do you play him? Behind the striker, I guess? He's only okay. I don't know, maybe this is a bigger job than I thought. I thought, considering how close they came in the league last season, that they'd be there or thereabouts. But I guess this is the problem with Dortmund in this universe. Is just they've got some good players, but they just don't have anywhere near the amount of talent that Hertha or Bayern have, and that's why they consistently fall behind. Did they beat anybody last season? No. Did they draw with them last season? They got one draw out of Bayern and lost the others. That's unfortunate. Beat by Bayern, beat by Hertha both times. And beat by Leipzig, who are direct rivals. Yeah, this is not going to be easy. I mean, even with the money that we've got, we're going to need to bring in some players. I'm going to need to bring in some German players, to be honest. We need to make sure we can meet that quota. So yeah, I think I'm going to go away, have a good old tinker with the squad, come up with some tactics, make some transfers. And do we have our schedule lineup? We do. So we have an unknown team in the Pokal first round. I don't think I'll show that to you because I can imagine it's a crap team. So if we come back for our first game in the league against Freiburg, and yeah, that seems like good. Oh, sorry, I just noticed we've got Bayern on the last day at home. That's going to be interesting. That's a rough run of games there. Hertha at home, Leipzig away, Cologne, Schalke, and then Bayern. This isn't going to be easy, is it? So we've arrived at the first game of the season in Germany. And I'm at this screen because I don't want to tell you everything all at once because a lot has happened. I'm sure you can see our transfer budget has taken a beating, although there is quite a healthy portion left. I'm going to tell you now, this has not been easy. Like, the challenge of managing Dortmund, who have been unsuccessful for such a long period of time, compared to somewhere like Juventus, is just, they're honestly worlds apart. Because if I'd had this transfer budget at Juventus, we could have bought some of the world's best players, no problem. In they come and we do really well. But at Dortmund, they don't really want to play for Dortmund. Shocking, I know. But yeah, we could have bought some incredible players, but they just don't want to play for us because they don't think the squad's strong enough. We've not been successful. There's a new manager, Like, this has not been easy. It doesn't matter how much money I've had. You know what I mean? And I also want to save some of this for these big players when we are more successful. So it's not been easy. It really hasn't. So what we'll do is we'll go through the transfers we have made. and then we'll go through the team report as it stands. I'll give you my my lowdown on the first team, second team, backup players, that kind of thing. But we have been very, very busy. So we're going to go straight into transfer history, and we're going to go by date order. So we'll start with the ins. We picked up this Polish left back on a free from Borussia Dortmund. We are Borussia Dortmund, sorry. We picked him up from Bayern Munich, the other big team in Germany. All right. On a free, 1.5 star current, 3 star potential. He'll be okay in the future. Sure, why not? Now, our first big transfer was Pablo, a United left back, Brazilian, 28 years old. He's got the experience. He's 30. He has 13 caps to his name. And we were really struggling at left back. We only paid £25 million for him, which I thought was a pretty good deal at the time, and still kind of is. He's definitely a senior member of the squad, but I'm not too mad about that. His crossing could be better, but I think with the tactics we're going to employ, basically I don't want wing backs. I'm going to try with full backs, and we'll move from there in the future. I don't want to give too much away right now, but Pablo is in, 28-year-old Brazilian international, £25 million. We are paying him 200 grand a week, but I'm not too worried about that considering the amount of money we got going around. And, he has been at Man United. He's been paid a premium, top dollar wages. So kind of to be expected. He's valued at £40 million anyway. So at the base level, it was a good deal. And this is the other thing about Dortmund versus managing Juventus, is I don't have to worry about the non-EU rule anymore. Like the regulation for registration in Germany is so much kinder than in Italy. Honestly, like I can register up to 99 players in my first team squad, and it's honestly mad. I'll show you after all these transfers, but it's so much simpler. It's such a nice thing to come. It's such a nice thing to deal with after the frustration that was the Italian league regulations. Honestly. So yeah, Pablo's in. Probably our first team left back. Okay, definitely our first team left back. But all round a good player. Yet again, his crossing could do with some improvement. Could be worse. 9 pros to 2 cons. Oh, he doesn't like his individual training. What is he on? Passing. Where's crossing? That definitely should be on there. Crossing? Anybody? Right below passing. Awesome. Thought it'd be higher up for some reason. So we'll leave him on that. So yeah, that was him. A big transfer in the form of Bengali Boneu, French international centre-back, 25 years old, 24 caps for his country. And honestly, we paid a lot of money for him from Arsenal. £83 million. After Arsenal paid 54 a couple of seasons ago from Nice. But honestly, he was transfer listed. He comes in as our best centre-back. He is only 6 foot, so that worries me slightly. But honestly, it was an opportunity I couldn't kind of pass down. With the problems that we're having in bringing in players that they think are too good for the club, Boneu was more than willing to come to Dortmund. So I stubs up the cash, and I think it'll serve as well. And we had a strong centre-back situation already, so this really adds to it in immeasurable ways. Only one con, he's not in the core group of the squad yet, but he's a world-class player, very brave, international, lots of experience. Nah. Best centre-back at the club. I mean, yet again, I know £83 million is a lot of money, but we had essentially what was 500 mil to play with, and we have only spent half of it, so I'm more than happy to spend a bit extra on a world-class player. You might be able to tell we've raided the Premier League a little bit here, but it's not my fault they were on the transfer list. Now, Juan Pablo Ruiz coming in from Aston Villa. £57 million. Now, this guy I'm very excited about. Yet again, comes in as our best central midfielder. That is the only position he can play, but I'm not too mad about that. Great stats, 25-year-old Chilean, 58 caps for his country so far. 18 passing, 17 teamwork and vision, 16 technique, composure, decisions, determination. He's a great player, honestly. He's been at Aston Villa for some time now. They only paid £3.2 million for him, so that's a very healthy transfer profit for them. But honestly, I really don't mind. I've given him the number 6 shirt, and I honestly expect him to be, as it says here, one of our star players. And yet again, because of the issues we're having attracting top-tier players, I've had to promise him a lot. So, star player being one of them, but also and I always say never, never, ever promise anything in the transfers. Whether it's, the only one you can get away with is teaching them the language. That's the only one you can get away with. The rest of them, I'd stay away from. Bringing in certain players, improving certain positions on the pitch. Bringing in staff, just the rest of it. It just gets really messy. So I just try and avoid it at all costs. However, Juan Pablo Ruiz was insistent that I strengthen the attacking force at the club. And hopefully I've done that so far, as you'll see. But yeah, £57 million, a decent chunk again. But I think he's worth it. I think he's a great player, and hopefully he won't get too mad when I don't deliver on any of those promises. As you might be able to see here, we did promise him we'd challenge for silverware, so we'll see how we get on with that. Okay, the attacking reinforcement I was speaking of is here in the form of German Santiso. What is it? Santiso? I feel like it's Santiso. We'll go with that. Uruguayan, 23 years old striker, comes from Manchester United. We only paid £37.5 million, and he was a United youth prospect. His only time really playing football was on loan at Millwall when he's 23 now. 2-1-2019. So he's like 18 years old, scored 7 goals in 16 games for Millwall in the Championship, and then at Cadiz when he was like 19, 20, and he did quite well at Cadiz. So, I mean, he's never really got into the first team for Man United, but yeah, again, I thought he had stats in the right places. He's got finishing at 14, his acceleration, pace, and balance are all high in the greens. His passing's not great, so he's very much a finisher and doesn't come back and build up the play. But at least he strengthens that position, because it was one position we were really struggling in the striking area. But his only drawback, according to our scout report, is he doesn't have the greatest jumping reach, which we can deal with. It's not the way we're going to really be playing at 5'8". Yeah, he's not going to really get onto the end of many crosses, but we'll see about that. So yeah, German Santiso, I'm happy to have him here. Maybe we do need a world-class striker in front of him, but for now, he's going to have to do. Now, Carmelo Terranova. Who remembers him? Because I do. Every time I played against, was it Inter or Roma? Lazio, neither of them. Every time I played against Lazio as Juventus, this guy would turn up and he would score goals for fun. Not anymore, because he's with us at Dortmund. I haven't signed any players from Juventus, and I've kind of stayed away from it. I could, believe me, I could have done. But I'm trying to do something different here. But Carmelo Terranova, I saw he wasn't on the transfer list, but the fact he was available at £43 million, I thought was too good an opportunity to miss, really. He's 27 years old, he's got 25 caps for Italy, but I think he's great. Looking at these stats, playing him on the left as an inside forward, his finishing is good, his passing is good, he's very quick. I'm struggling to see a problem with him, to be honest. So I think we did a good bit of business, to be honest, and he's considered a global superstar. So very happy to have Terra Nova playing for us instead of against us. I think he's going to be very influential and very important to our squad, to be honest. So Carmelo Terranova is very welcome at Dortmund. One more transfer was made, and this guy was also on the transfer list. Comes from Tottenham. I'm going to research how to pronounce this name, but I feel like it's something like Antho or Anzo. I can't, one of the two. But anyway, he's going to be playing on the right. He's a 25-year-old Spanish lad. Never made an appearance for Spain. But he's valued quite high. I think he's got stats in good places. I like him. And I thought for 38 million pounds, I thought he was a bit of a snip, to be honest. He's got Premier League experience, so, I consider that quite high because it's the best league in the world, right? But yeah, I think he's good. So happy to have Antho. Sure. So, yeah, happy to have him. And that's the players we've brought in. Bearing in mind, that's cost us £284 million. It's not been cheap, that's for sure. But looking at where we've sold, so one important one was Philip Zorn. We sold for £10 million to Leipzig. And basically, it's because I'm I'm selfish, to be honest. I don't think he's going to make it. And if he does, he's not going to make it while I'm here. So, yeah, £10 million. He's got 20 determination and he's got some good physical attributes. But 19-year-old for £10 million, I'll take that. Why not? We've sold Frederic Mare, which was Frederic Mare, who was one of the Belgian attacking midfielders. He was the older one. For £13 million. How is he valued at 41? I'll never know. Never, ever know. He's only got one cap for Belgium. Yeah, I don't get that at all. There's no way he's that good. So I thought that was a good deal. And considering the scout report is less than 60, I think they agree with me. We sold this guy as well. This one was already sort of in the works while I was coming in. And I didn't stop it because I didn't think he was that good. I thought a left-back situation was nice, considering Pablo was coming in as well. So let that happen. And then there was, Akraf Hakimi. And, I mean, he's considered a good player still, but at 34 years old, I know he's got 130 caps for his country, but it is Morocco. And I'd rather have a younger, up-and-coming player coming into that position rather than someone who's been around the block. I mean, to be fair, he's been having pretty good years, season on season. He had 10 player of the matches last year. Didn't realise that. Is it too late, Akraf? Do you want to come back? The thing is, I don't see it. I don't see it in these stats at all. Whether he's just dropped off a cliff, stat-wise, since I've come in. It's a possibility. But, yeah, I don't think he's that good. Or was that good, anyway. And that kind of concludes our outgoings, apart from the other Belgian attacking midfielder, because I didn't think he was any good either. So, Sacha Triest, or something like that. £8 million. Massive hit in terms of value for Dortmund, but that's their fault for spending over the odds on a mediocre attacking midfielder that they're overloaded on. Believe me, there's so many. So many. So, yeah, sold him off to Bournemouth. And may he live a happy life in the Premier League. I don't think he will, though. So, that's all the transfer business that's happened. So, into the team report. And we can look at our squad depth. So, we'll start at the goalkeeping position that I've not touched. Because, to be fair, we'd look pretty alright in this. So, we have Ronaldo de Luz, who's going to be our starting goalkeeper. 28-year-old, 31 caps for Brazil. Great starting goalkeeper, 3.5 star. Cool. We've also got a excellent backup in Lachlan Simmons. Australian, 23 years old, 40 caps for his country. 3-star current, 4.5 star potential. We need to be looking at bringing him in more often than not. Because I think he could take over from Deleuze quite soon, if anything. So, yeah, that's our goalkeeping position. Very happy with that. On the right, we have Salim Atalay, who's Atalay. Yeah, we'll go with Atalay. 22-year-old Turkish right back. Very happy with that. 3.5-star current, 4-star potential. Good stats, especially physical. So, yeah, he'll be starting most games. And then we drop down the pecking order here. We have got some centre-backs that can play right back, but we're going to be looking at Jonathan Gomez, a 22-year-old Uruguayan right back, as cover if and when, but Atalay will be playing nearly all the games this season. Centre-back, I feel good now. We've got 3. Maybe we need another. We'll see. But yeah, brought in Bonnier, who's going to be starting alongside of Gurin. Gurin? Sure. For most of it. They're both left-footed, which is unfortunate, but neither of them mind which side of defence they're on. So that's fine by me. And then we have Mehmet Kandun playing as cover, 22-year-old young German who is capped 10 times for Germany. So he's clearly got the potential. Oh, we're paying him... We're paying him 300 grand a week? When did that happen? Who authorised this? I know he's a German international, but come on, guys. What? I mean, he did come on a free, but £300,000 a week for our not starting centre-back. I'm guaranteed. Bonnie, who's on 210, and Gurin, 300k, who's a star player, by the way. Right, cool. Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, centre-back I feel all right in. We probably need another one on loan who just to cover. I've already shown you Pablo, who we brought in from Man United. He's going to be our starting left-back. And then behind him, we have Alvaro Fernandez. There's been some interest in him. And I wouldn't be opposed to seeing him leave, but as long as I can bring in somebody good. Dortmund paid £42 million for him about 5 years ago. And he's been okay. I don't get how you spend a season at Real Madrid, not do very well, and then they sell them for more than what they paid. I don't see how that happens, but yeah, Dortmund. So midfield, we're looking at Juan Pablo Ruiz, who we've brought in, who's going to be our star man in midfield in the playmaker position. Then we've kind of got a bit of options, really. So Jude Bellingham's still around. Dortmund in the save 3-star. He'll be mainly playing in midfield. We can drop Giovanni Reina back there. And is this the one I'm trying to sell? No, it's not. So Cheukalam is the one I'm going to keep around just in case, basically. But we're paying him a lot of money, and I'm not really seeing why. He's all right, but we'll see on that one. And then we have Tite as well, who I feel a lot better about, but I feel like we should be playing him further forward. So he may appear in the centre of midfield. He'll probably appear more forward, more often than not. But yeah, 28-year-old Brazilian. Very nice. So on the right-hand side of the attacking midfield, we've got Antho, who we brought in, Spanish 25-year-old. Very nice. And then kind of a lot of overlay from the midfielders. Reina, Tite. I'm looking at selling Bash Bayuk. I know he's very quick, but he's also very crap. So, I want a shot of him. I know he scored 10 goals last season, but I don't care. So, I'm trying to get rid of him. But yeah, Antho will probably be deputising that right winger position with some help from probably Tite and Reina and whoever else at the time, basically. On the left, obviously, we signed Terra Nova. I'm super stoked about him. He looks great, so he's going to be playing there. And then, yet again, whoever really wants to play on the left. This guy, Pintak Twidry. I definitely can't say that. I'm going to say Volker, because I can definitely say Volker. So Volker can play there, and he is 23 years old, is capped by Germany, and we'll keep him around until we get something better. But yeah, he can come in that left midfield position. And then in the centre, I'm looking at playing Reina first and foremost, not only because he's our club captain, but also because he's pretty good there. And then Tite, and then we're keeping Herman Galen? Yeah. So he can play there as well, but he can also play striker position, which is kind of handy. So yeah, we'll do that. And then up front, we have Germain Santiso. Pretty happy with him. Yet again, there's lots of players that could kind of deputise that position if Santiso were to get injured or was too tired to play a game. So a lot of this kind of front four, even kind of midfield forwards, are very interchangeable. So the adaptability here is very nice. Whether we're ready to challenge for the title or not, it's something to be seen, really. It really is. So before we get into our game against Freiburg, let's just quickly look at the old faithful, the old lady that is Juventus. I also spelled zebra correctly, which is not what's done here. So, yeah, there's been some interesting developments here. And I can't say I agree with all of them. So, looking at the transfer history, we know that they sold Casio Neto to United for nearly £100 million. Yeah, like I said, I get it. I'm pretty sad about it because I thought Neto would do amazing at Juventus for years to come, but he's now at probably what is the best team in the world, so Casio Neto, fair enough. What they've done is also sell Julian Roux. We saw that coming. The plus of the 79 million was up to 115, so yeah, he really went for top dollar here. And yeah, they made a tiny, tiny little sum. And as much as I liked him, I always thought we could get better out of him. 10 assists last season and a 7.4 was definitely his best season, and really enjoyed playing or having him play for me. So that's nice. But now he's gone. They shipped off Al-Uyas to Monaco on loan. And I don't believe there's any transfer stuff in there. No. So this is a straight loan. So they loaned out Al-Uyas because he wasn't going to get the game time. I would have loved to have had him, but this happened far too quickly for me to be even involved, which was kind of unfortunate. So yeah, Al-Uyas heads off to Monaco in the French league for the season. They've sold Rafa Seixas, who they put on the transfer list, to Liverpool for £40 million. They made a tiny profit after having him for 2 years. He's now 28 years old, but he's a Portuguese international, and he is a good player. I always said I kind of felt bad for him because I definitely should be playing him more, but he is the number 4 at Liverpool, and I give him all the luck in the world this year. I think he needs it at Liverpool. I'm not sure they're the beast they're supposed to be. They sold Christian Pulisic. They sent him out on loan, but I'm pretty sure there's an option. Nope, no option to buy. So they just sent him out on loan until his until his contract runs out next year. So that's cool, and that's kind of it. But there's been... Ignore me for a second. We'll look at who they've brought in, but we brought in Jose Luis Bruges and Dennis Conrad, who is one of the most exciting players in Europe right now. 20 years old, 20 caps for his country. He's going to be great. He really is. So that's good for them. They've paid for Vladimir Simic from Atletico Madrid. 46 million up front, 74 total. Midfielder, Czech, 24 years old. Great player, to be honest. So I can see what they've done. They've shipped off Al-Uyas and brought in Simic, which is nice for them. Borja Garcia from Real Madrid, £60 million. He's only 21 years old, and his finishing isn't great. So, to me, this is who they're replacing Casio Neto with, and he's nowhere near as good. I know he's got a 92 on the scout report here, but I just don't see it in the stats. His finishing is a 9. He's never going to score as many goals as Casio Neto did or does. And then they spent 25 million up front, 44 million total on a 31-year-old Fabio Silva from Bayern Munich. Okay, I get he's an international player. He's been very good for a long time, but he's 31 years old. They've only given him a 2-year contract. It's just not the kind of signing I would make. That, and it gives Bayern some more money to play with, so unfortunate. Yeah, like I said, there's been some weird decisions made. So I'm just going to go on to players here and look at the transfer list. And as you'll see, there's actually 3 Juventus players here. They've listed Marco Souza for £51 million. Ain't no one paying that for Marco Souza, who came in on a free. Good player, don't get me wrong, but 51 million quid? Like, as much as I want him with me now, I'm not paying that. Mirangila. I'm honestly shocked at this, considering this guy came in and then did incredibly well. He did incredibly well. He's been in the team of the year in Italy. He's been shortlisted for the Italian Player of the Year. I mean, he's a great player. I don't know. I don't know how they're going to pass their Italian quota, but look at all the accolades he won with us. And I have tried to get him back, but they do want £43 million and a half. And I thought, that's quite steep. So basically, if he pops up for about 30 million, which is what they paid, I might bring him in. My main issue is that we're kind of overloaded in midfield. But I'd bring him back anyway. Because I really like Daniel Mirangila. So, aside from that, Lucas Abrahamsen is still on the transfer list. They want £34.5 million. And Chelsea have bid it. Right. Well, Frank Lampard, you are cocking up here, I believe. Is it still Frank Lampard? Please tell me it's still Frank Lampard. It is. Hilarious. After all that time trying to get premium players from Juventus, you're going with Abrahamsen, who I decided wasn't good enough while I was there. Another old face on the transfer list is Lehaji at Arsenal. And to be fair, he had a good year last year. 7 goals, 3 assists, 2 man of the match. But Arsenal were crap. And yeah, they're never getting back this kind of money that they paid for him. 31 years old. It's just not happening. They want £54 million. He's going to go for 14 at best. At absolute best. So, interesting. Enough about transfers and all that kind of stuff. Let's get into today's game against Freiburg. So the team taking the field today in our first game in charge of Borussia Dortmund in the Bundesliga against Freiburg is going to be Daluz in net, a back four of Selim, Gurin, Boniu and Pablo, a midfield 3 of Tite, Ruiz and Reina, and a front 3 of Terranova, Santiso and Antho. Lots of new names and lots of pronunciations to get my teeth around, but we're going to go positive in the classic 4-2-3-1 formation that we loved so much at Juventus. We'll do those opposition instructions and get into this game. We played our cup game against some third-tier German side, and we pretty much had this lineup, mostly because some of them are still missing some sort of match fitness, and we beat them 8-0, and I really shouldn't read too much into that, but I'm gonna say that we are a pretty good side. I know there's plenty of new faces around, you know, new tactics, new manager, all that comes with it, but it's a home game against a team who aren't too great, so I'm expecting a win here. Paulo with the cross, it's palmed away, but the goalkeeper comes out to Antho. Selim goes in, Antho to Reina, and it's cleared away to Boniu, but the highlight ends. But yeah, this is a side we shouldn't be dropping points against, and I think that's the important thing to remember here. And with 15 minutes on the clock, we've got over 70% possession. It's now dropped a little bit, but I think on the basis of that, we need to be attacking. And immediately, Reina has a corner here. Plays it across to Antho. It's cleared back away to Reina. Finds Ruiz. Ruiz is being chased down here and he's taken down in the box, and it is a penalty to Dortmund. Ref, save your legs. Believe me, that's a penalty. It was inside the box. He didn't get the ball. And Ruiz, in his first home game, league home game ever for Dortmund, wins a penalty. And I believe we have Santiso lining up for this one. He could get a debut goal here. Yeah, Santiso on the penalty spot, tucks it away. And that's 1-0 to us. That's a nice little penalty there. Juan Santiso proving that United were wrong, really. I think they let him go for cheap, as he kind of had to, but I think he's a good player, good striker, and I hope, I still think we could get a better one, but he's definitely not a rubbish striker by any stretch of the imagination, and he'll definitely do for now. He was a damn sight better than what they had previously. Santiso's been played in behind here, takes on his man. I thought he was going to nestle out in the top corner, just wide, but great play there from Juan Santiso, really showing what he's made of in the opening half an hour here of the Bundesliga season. Freiburg playing it around, comes back to their centre-back. I mean, I've definitely had one eye on Juventus and Juventus players, believe me, but it's just not been right. I'm not just going to sign them because I'm going to sign players because they're going to play and they're going to be great for us. Terranova on the volley there. Oh, Carmelo. I couldn't resist bringing in Terranova in just because he was one of the few players in Serie A who put the fear of God in me. And when he can do things like this on the full volley, top bin. Terranova. What a name as well. So a debut goal for him in the league. Lovely to see. Terranova picks it up again and he's taking on his man. It's a long way out, but after scoring a goal like that, he can shoot from anywhere. I'm not too arsed. But half an hour gone, we're 2-0 up, and Freiburg haven't been able to manage a shot, forget on target. Popov heads it out to Pablo. Terranova taken down. Not a penalty though. Ruiz to Tite. Tite over to Salim. Salim with a shot, comes back off the post and comes out for a goal kick. Great play though. Seeing very impressive stuff from this side in the first half. The two of the new signings getting goals, which is lovely to see. And it is half-time, 2-0 up against Freiburg, who really haven't offered anything here. Bonnyu getting himself a yellow card near the end of that half. Things are going well, but yeah, I want to see more. I want to see everybody get on the score sheet, really. Very happy so far, though. So we can do that. I'm going to drop back to positive just so we can get some possession back into our side. And Pablo has a throw in here to Reina. Reina gives it to Antho. Antho out wide against Pablo. Plenty of yellow shirts for him to find. He's taken down. Not a penalty. Try to clear it out, and Freiburg looking to counter here. Plenty of red shirts forward, but they play it back to their defence. Ball over, Pablo can intercept. Comes back to Bonnyu and Gurin, so both of our centre-backs are on yellow cards now. Antho, ball forward to Santiso, beats his man. Bottom corner. German Santiso announces his presence in the German Bundesliga and at Dortmund in emphatic style. A lovely finish there, and a great ball from Antho here. One touch, and then straight through the defence. Santiso is not going to miss from there if you give him the opportunity. And that's lovely play from the Dortmund number 9. Very happy about this. Very happy. 3-0. And we've dominated the game. So at 70 minutes, we're going to make our substitutions. So. I think we're going to swap out the centre-back. So Mehmet can come on for Gurin, I guess. That'll be fine. Who else can we bring on? We'll bring on Jude Bellingham for Tite, who's getting a little tired. And then we can bring on Gilan for Reina, who's also getting a little bit tired there. So lovely to see. There is a highlight going on here. Terranova is in the box, and he's tackled. It was from a free kick. Salim gives it all the way back to Deleuze. Back to Salim, Ruiz, Antho. Finds Salim on the right again, beats his man. Gives it to Antho, gives it to Ruiz, Terranova with a shot. Tite. Pablo back to Boniu. There are some great names in this side. I'm really enjoying it. Lots of pronunciations for me to get used to, but yeah, really enjoying it. Can Freiburg offer anything in this game? 3-0 down, 15 minutes to go. They're playing it forwards. Nice little passing move here, but Gielan can intercept. Bellingham on the ball now. Brings it out wide. Cuts back to Pablo, who's got plenty of space to work with here. Gielan plays in Santiso. Santiso again, and Santiso gets his hat-trick. German Santiso, the Uruguayan from Manchester United, gets a hat-trick on his league debut, and that is something that we love to see. The goalkeeper and the defender not reacting quick enough, or not as fast as Santiso anyway. Cannons it into the back of the net, and that's all she wrote, I feel. I didn't think they were going to get back into this before that. I really don't think so now. Only one shot on target all game for Freiburg. They might be able to manage something here. The corner comes in, and it goes over, but 4-0, and we could be pretty happy with this. Very happy. Not only the scoreline, but with the way we dominated the game. Plenty of possession. The XG was high, especially compared to theirs. And a hat-trick for our new striker. One of them was from the spot, but the rest weren't. And I'm really glad Terranova got on the score sheet as well. Apparently he didn't have as good a game as Antho, but I really like Carmelo Terranova. And the way we'll be playing him, I'm hoping he'll get a lot of goals. How did he do for Lazio last season? 13 in 35. I mean, I'm going to be looking at more the 20 mark for him this season. So if he can replicate something like that, I'll be very, very happy. Very happy indeed. But yeah, 4-0 against Freiburg. A great way to announce our season. New manager, new players, new systems. Hopefully, we'll put some fear into Hertha and Bayern. Speaking of Hertha, what happened? They lost 3-0 or something. I need to look at this because the two we've earmarked for challenging the title are last year's winners in Hertha Berlin, who broke Bayern's decade-long plus domination of the league, and Bayern themselves. So, they lost? Is that what you're telling me? They lost at home to Mainz. How did this happen? What's happened to Hertha? That's a sorry, what formation is that? They dominated the game, but wow. Wow indeed. Have they lost a lot of players? Lost some. They sold Barella to Tottenham. He seems like a good player. Okay, they're probably missing him. And they've sold 2 to Bayer Leverkusen. Odeli, who looks pretty good, but he's 30 years old, Ghanaian. And then this Russian guy who really doesn't seem to... Wow, I mean, that's a crazy result. I mean, great for us. I'm very happy with that. But if you look at the league over the past few years, I literally can't scroll down anymore, and it's all Bayern until last year when Hertha won. It's mad, really. So, can we see, not season preview. I want this one. 2023. No, that's not what I want. Where is it? That one. There. Okay, so Hertha won last year. 82 points. Drawing 4 and losing 4. Bayern Munich were 2 points behind them, having drawn against Dortmund. Whereas Hertha beat them home and away. And then Dortmund were some way behind them. We're looking at closing that gap. I don't think Leipzig will challenge us, but if Hertha are going to drop points like that, I'm more than happy to pick up the pieces. But yeah, thank you for watching this extended first intro to our time at Dortmund. I'm really excited. I mean, the transfer budget is nice to have, but believe me, it's not that simple. I mean, there's a host of top tier players that I could have at the club if they wanted to come. The one I really want is Mike From. He's a German centre midfield who plays for Tottenham. I mean, look at this guy. But they don't want to sell him. He's not really interested in playing for us either. But I guess if we get Mike From at some point, I'll be very, very happy about it. But anyway, thanks for watching. I've been MVP. We'll come back next time for... When's the next important game? We'll do Wolfsburg and Bayern, I guess, unless the Champions League happens before then. So 2 important league games. I've got a bit of time in between. Like I said, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.